Hello guys, so we are the reporters of the topic 10 from UTS subject, and I will be their editor and their lead. So my group mates are Pajo, Estano, Ladica, Oliva, Morales, and we have Nang E. So we're gonna start our report, and I hope you guys will listen and will learn something.
So have you thought about what you want to be doing in 5 years' time? Are you clear about what your main objective at school at this moment? Do you know what you want to have achieved by the end of the day? If you want to succeed, you need to set goals. And without goals, you lack focus and direction. In order to accomplish your goals, you need to know how to set them. You can't simply say, I need this, I want this, I wanna do that, I wanna do this, I wanna buy this, I wanna buy that, and expect it to happen. Goal setting is a process that starts with careful consideration of what you want to achieve and ends with a lot of hard work to actually do it. So there are four important parts in setting your goal. First important part is you set your goal. Second is make plan for your goal. Third is to work hard for your goal. And fourth is to be consistent in achieving your goal. Students are bound to face several activities that conflict with other positions they play in various social institutions. Goals are important in the sense that they give you direction in life. It is better to have a simple or not so important goal than having no goals at all. Having goals is like having a map. You know where you're heading, and this gives you zest, motivation, more energy, and a reason to get up in the morning. And you may feel become more alive. Self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance attainments. Self-efficacy also reflects confidence in the ability to exert control over one's own motivation, behavior, and social environment. This is your goal. Focus. Achieve your goal.
So, let's talk about The People with High Assurance in Their Capabilities by Albert Bandura and cited by Weibel. So, the first one is to approach difficult tasks as challenges to be mastered. Facing difficult tasks helps to navigate one's way through builds the resilience capacity. An effective mindset leads to a strong sense of self-interest and a strong sense of involvement in activities. They set high goals for themselves and work hard to achieve them. Mastering challenging tasks can help to overcome mistakes and struggles, and it makes a person more productive of what they are doing. So the second is set challenging goals and maintain strong committed to them. When you want to achieve your goal, you need to be committed to it. If you're not fully committed to a goal, you won't give it effort it needs to succeed. This will only make it you give up too quickly, work less hard, procrastinate, and make more bad decisions. That is why commitment is important to a goal, even if how challenging it might be. You should maintain focus on the goals you have. So the third is heighten or sustain their efforts in the face of failures or setbacks. You know that it is okay to fail, but it doesn't mean you will stop achieving your goals. You just need to find solution that can help you to recover. Don't be afraid of failures because it allows you to learn and grow as a person. So the fourth one is attribute failure to insufficient effort or deficient knowledge and skills which are acquirable. In order to learn, you have to make mistakes. If you fail, it doesn't mean that there is nothing you can do, but it will help you to be more aware of the mistakes you made and learn new skills that can help you grow as a person and help you in the future. So the fifth is to approach threatening situation with assurance that they can exercise control over them. When you learn about dangerous situations, you will be more aware. This will help you to avoid bad problems that could lead to bad outcomes. If you don't get over this, you won't be able to come up with reasonable solution to any dangerous situation. Now, let's talk about the opposite, which is people who doubted their capabilities. So, the first one is shy away from tasks. They view as a personal threat. So they find tasks as a threat in their life, but rather it will help the person be motivated to do something in their life. Instead of doing nothing and being afraid to any kind of task, be more motivated to something that can make you happy and also find goals in life. So the second is have low aspiration and weak commitment to goals they choose to pursue. Um, Without aspiration and a lack of commitment to your goals, you will achieve nothing because if you have a goal, you should be committed to it and make an effort to achieve it to pursue all your goals in life. So, third is dwell on personal deficiencies, obstacles that they will encounter, and all kinds of adverse outcomes rather than concentrating on how to perform successfully. We all knew that obstacles, challenges, and problems will come in our lives. That is why we should concentrate to our goals rather than thinking about all the problems that will come because you can overcome them by having faith in yourself and making some effort to solve them so you don't need to lose your concentration of what you are going to do. So the fourth is loosen their efforts and giving up quickly in the face of difficulties. There is less there is less effort put into your goals when a person stops being interested of what they are doing. People give up easily when get complicated because they think that they can do it right and it's too hard. Keep going and do something that will make you happy and don't stop making efforts of what you are doing. So the fifth is are slow to recover their sense of efficacy following failure or setbacks because they see insufficient performance as evidence of lack of ability. It does not take many failures for them to lose confidence in their skills. Failure is normal because it is part of how we learn and how we grow as a person. That is why we should recover and learn from our mistakes and not stop reaching our goals. So, lastly is fall easy victim to stress and depression. So, we all know that there are times when people feel stressed and depressed because they don't feel like they're doing is anything right. So, instead of being depressed or stressed, we should be motivated about our goals because of their heart. They will make us more motivated to do it and work hard so that we can achieve our goals in life. So, now let's talk about four main sources of efficacy beliefs. The first and foremost source of efficacy beliefs is a true mastery experience. However, nothing is more powerful than having a direct experience of mastery to increase self-efficacy. Having a success, for example, is a mastering a task or controlling an environment. Will build a self-belief in what where areas a failure will determine that efficacy belief to what a resilient sense of self-efficacy requires experience in overcoming obstacles through effort and perseverance. So, mastery experience are the most important source of efficacy information because they give the most real evidence of whether someone can do it to succeed. Success builds a strong belief of one's own abilities. Failure can hurt it, especially if they happen before a sense of efficacy is well established.
Second is the vicarious experiences. The second source of self efficacy comes from our observation of people around us, especially people we consider as role models. Seeing people similar to ourselves succeed by their sustained effort raises our beliefs that we too possess the capabilities to master the activities needed for success in that area. A vicarious experience is actually the experience of another person through which you attach your life. For example, someone tells you a story and you imagine that it happened to you. Vicarious experience is not a great way to go through life. Go out and have your own memorable experience so that you can share your stories with others. The third is the verbal persuasion self-efficacy. Influential people in our lives, such as parents, teachers, managers, or coaches, can strengthen our beliefs that we have what it takes to succeed. Being persuaded that we possess the capabilities to master certain activities means that we are more likely to put in the effort and sustain when problems arise. The verbal persuasion factors describe the positive impact that our words can have on someone's self-efficacy. Telling a child that she is capable and face any challenge ahead of her can encourage and motivate her, as well as adding to her growing belief in her own ability to succeed. The fourth is the emotional and psychological states. The state you're in will influence how you judge your self-efficacy. Depression, for example, can dampen confidence in our capabilities. Stress, reaction, or tensions are interpreted as signs of vulnerability to poor performance, whereas positive emotions can boost our confidence in our skills. Our emotional states are combination of psychological arousal, psychological appraisal, and subjective experiences. Together, these are known as components of emotion. These appraisals are informed by our experiences, backgrounds, and culture.
Self-efficiency is one of the most enabling psychological models to be adopted into positive psychology. It is the optimistic self-belief in our competence of or chances of successfully accomplishing a task and providing a favorable outcome. Self-efficiency is certainly worth having because, as Henry Ford famously put it, whether you believe you can or you can't, you are right. Gandhi perfectly understood the pivotal role that self-belief plays in our lives. Your beliefs became your thoughts became your words became your actions, and your actions became your habits became your values became your destiny. So as you all know that our thoughts is very 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 powerful, because if one is fixated with something, if one is fixed or if one is determined to do it, then he or she will possibly do it and strive for it. So Carol Dweck's mindset. One of the most basic beliefs we carry about ourselves, Dweck found in her research, has to do with how we view, inhabit, and what we consider to be our personality. A fixed mindset assumes that our character, intelligence, and creative ability are static givens which we can change in any meaningful way. And success is a affirmation of that inherent intelligence, an assessment of how those given measure up against a equality fixed standard, striving for success and avoiding failure at all costs, because a way of maintaining the sense of being smart or skilled. A growth mindset, on the other hand, thrives on challenges and sees failure not as evidence of unintelligence but as heartening springboard for growth and for stretching our existing abilities. Out of these two mindsets, which we manifested from very early age, springs a great deal of our behavior, our relationship with success and failure in both professional and personal contexts, and ultimately our capacity for happiness. So, Carol Dweck's mindset theory, uh, in his discussion, having the right mindset rather than intelligence, talent, or education, people with fixed mindsets believe that they are born with a certain intelligence, skills, and abilities that cannot be changed.
So for the growth mindset, they are more likely to say, failure is an opportunity to grow. I can learn to do anything I want. Challenges help me to grow. My efforts and attitudes determine my abilities. Feedback is constructive. I am inspired by the success of others. I like to try new things. While the fixed mindset, they are more likely to say, failure is the limit of my abilities. I'm either good at it or I'm not. My abilities are unchanging. I don't like to be challenged. I can either do it or I can't. My potential is predetermined. When I'm frustrated, I give up. Feedback and criticism are personal. I stick to what I know. Changing our beliefs can have a powerful impact. The growth mindset creates a powerful passion for learning, the passion for stretching yourselves and sticking to it, even or especially when it's not going well. It is the hallmark of the growth mindset. This is the mindset that allows people to thrive during some of the most challenging times in their lives. Goal Setting Theory by Edwin E. Locke and Gary Latham. So the first characteristics of your goals is that they should be clear and concise, and that is clarity. When you know exactly what you're trying to achieve, you can more easily work to achieve it because you are better able to measure your results. For example, if your goal is to vogue, as in do your best, it is much harder, if not impossible, to measure your progress. The second one is challenge. According to Locke and Latham, having a goal that is both challenging and to a degree difficult is one of the most effective ways to help you stay motivated in your quest to achieve it. When you are determining your goals, whether personal or professional, remember to ask yourself whether or not the goal actually interests you. Once you know what you're going for, and that is clarity, you can start creating milestones to help yourself as you go along. You should also create a reward system to encourage yourself to keep going whenever you make some progress.
So for commitment, goals must be understood and agreed upon if they are to be effective. It means that goals should be consistent and in line with previous expectations. The harder the goal, the more commitment is required. Working on a difficult assignment means more likely to encounter challenges that require a deeper source of inspiration and incentive. So for example, you want to graduate in college with great grades, so what would you do? So instead of slacking off or not studying on your spare time, you'll be studying instead. That's what commitment is. Feedback or asking questions allows for clarification and course correction. It provides opportunity to clarify expectation. It is important to provide benchmark opportunities or targets so individuals can determine themselves how they are doing. Feedback doesn't necessarily have to come from other people, it can come from judgment as well. So for example, you're doubting if what you're doing is correct, so you'll ask your friend about their feedback about the said situation. Or you can judge it by yourself by changing your perspective on how you see the said situation. Be careful in adding too much complexity to your goals, as complexity can impact morale, productivity, and motivation. Highly complex goals can become overwhelming for people. It can also lead to lower quality work and poor performance in the long run. So instead of adding more complexity on the said goal, you should make it lesser so it wouldn't burden you that much and it won't make your life harder as well. Lastly, when working on a team or personal goal, remember to break down larger tasks into smaller attainable steps so as not to become flustered or frustrated as you go along. There is nothing wrong with modifying your goals in order to make the effort in achieving them a little less stressful. Luck's theory indicates that people are least effective at achieving their goal when they are inexperienced at performing a required complex task and feel pressured to perform well immediately. If you are undertaking a complex task, build in and allow time for training. So don't rush yourself. These goals will take time. Don't pressure yourself, and you'll get there slowly but surely.